Oh, folks, just got done checking out a 2003 film called 13, and it's, you know, I remember a movie, I can't remember the movie, but there was a movie that mentioned, actually, this movie. It was, like, in a funny context, um, but yeah, this movie, like, it reflects on what teens do today, or pre-teen, or whatever it does today. Like, they do drugs, they're fast. It's basically like these two girls. Oh, it's written by, surprisingly, a 14-year-old with the director, um, Catherine Hardwicke. It was written by Catherine and also by Nikki Reed, who plays Evie, the troubled classmate. Pretty much the fast girl of the two. Because pretty much this movie is based off, I guess, Nikki Reed's life from ages from 12 to 13. There's some risky stuff in this movie, sorta. A bit risky stuff that the director puts in here. Especially there's scenes of self-harm, there's teen, banging going on, underage, probably, as well. Well, like, the movie, it deals with this girl named Tracy, and played by Holly Hunter. I guess she's supposed to be 13. She's trying to fit in. She has a friend. And actually, a little early. If anybody's a fan of High School Musical, Vanessa Hudgens, Gabriella, she's also in this movie for a little bit. She doesn't have a big role, but she has like a little minor role. She plays one of the best friends of our main character for a minute, and then she gets pushed to the side. It's like, you know what, we're just gonna test the waters with her for a minute, but then, you know what, you're gonna be a star when you grow up. But anyway, but yeah, like, it's basically this girl Tracy who, at home, her mom she has like this boyfriend who we find out, I guess, was a drug addict, and I only know that because, I say I guess, because there's a quick flashback where it shows the boyfriend, I guess, doing some type of drugs in the kitchen or in the bathroom, and like the mom rushes in and like slams the door, or the daughter does, or one of them. I can see why she wouldn't want him around. And like, the mom is just nonchalant allowing this guy around. I mean, I guess he got help and all and got clean, but I don't know, like it makes the daughter uncomfortable, and you still allow him in your home. Granted, he's not like mean to them or anything like that. If anything, he's a nice guy, but he tries to deal with her criticizing and her tantrums. But yeah, like, one day she's friends with Vanessa Hudgens and another girl, and then during lunchtime or whatever. Oh, she also has a brother who doesn't really do much in the movie. Not really, like, his character wasn't really much to say. The acting in this is really good by everybody, especially by our two leads, believe it or not. I still can't believe, like, she was 14 or so when she co-wrote this movie, Nikki Reed. That blows my mind. But yeah, she meets up with Evie. Tracy meets up with Evie, and Evie is like this fast, pretty much mean girl from Queen Bee of the school. At first, it looked like she was supposed to be like the Queen Bee, but then it doesn't really like go into it. Doesn't. It's not like a Mean Girls like serious version or anything like that. But like I guess a well written script, at least the dialogue a bit like what kids talk like back in the day versus now, which is even stupider to me. At least back then, it seemed like we didn't have, you know, stupid slang talk like dope and fire or that's lit or no cap or facts. There was none of that back in the day, but today it is. But yeah, Tracy, she ends up being friends with Evie after she insults her clothes because she wants to get new clothes, and then she's like, and the camera during that scene where like they meet up at the fountain or whatever, it was weird because it did like these weird cuts where it would cut to like what Tracy's wearing. I guess pretty much from Evie's point of view, seeing what she's got on, and like, oh, she's cool, all right, she's dressed like me, kinda. Let's hang out. But then like she gives her number, and then she tries to call her, and then she doesn't even answer her, and then she has to track her down at the mall, and then they're stealing, so they're shoplifting, and then Tracy ends up, doing the same thing to this one woman that sits by her, because at first she doesn't want to shoplift, so she sits outside, and then she steals this woman's big wallet, and then they start buying shoes and stupid stuff, girl stuff. I guess Evie's mom is a model, I believe. But then it's weird, because then, like, that, I didn't understand that whole dynamic. Like, I wasn't sure if she was lying about all that happened to her, because she, at one point, tells Tracy's mom that she's been abused by her mom's boyfriend or uncle. And, like, I wasn't sure if she was even telling the truth, because it seems like she's manipulating at times. At one point, she, like, ditches Tracy in the middle of the night to go, I guess, be a booty call for some dude. Again, these girls are supposed to be 13. Or 14. Wow. I mean, the way they dress is wow. And the mom's just okay with it. And then, and also Evie's mom allows them to drink. And the house. She's like, you can have one, that's it. I'm like, hello, they're breaking the law. And first of all, shame on you for allowing it. And two, for not, even when you're allowing it, and then you see it, they're smoking probably as well. And you just, whatever. So, but yeah, like, there's stuff like that, and then, like, Tracy has, like, these times where she gets, like, depressed or, I guess, overwhelmed, and, like, she'll start cutting herself at points. And then there's the one scene where they make out, where her and Evie make out, because I guess she wants to prove that, she's kissed before. I guess she kissed Vanessa Hudgens, and because she says in a line of dialogue, I forget Vanessa Hudgens' character's name, but yeah, like, she says, like, me and so-and-so made out one time, or I practiced with Noel. What kind of name for a girl is Noel? It sounds like a guy name. Okay. But yeah, and then there's this one guy that's supposed to be into Tracy, but then he disappears at one point with Evie in the store, or in a back room of a store, and then they come out, and she's like, he had stuff on his pants, I had to clean them off. I'm like, oh my god. And then we don't really know I'm betting on they did the deed. And, then they want to get piercings, and tattoos, and at one point, the guy, the tattoo parlor, or the piercing man, whatever, he literally, like, he says, because I guess she's supposed to be on the phone with her mom, pretending, or whatever. She's like, okay, she said it's fine, and he's like, all right, get in the chair or whatever. I forget what he even like asked for ID or nothing. Like, you sure? She said I'm sure she's 18. He takes, I guess, Evie's, but then she's like leaning all over the guy. So I'm like, is that guy a predator? Because he seems to be okay with her leaning and, you know, flirting a little bit with him. And then one point, I think another guy, when they're outside, there's another scene where I didn't understand this scene, why they even went over to this one guy's house. Because I guess Evie found the guy to be hot, even though he's like supposed to be, I guess, older than them. Because they say he's a lifeguard or whatever, town lifeguard or whatever. So they go to his house, and then he's just openly, give them beer or glasses of beer, and then they start dancing with him, and then he's like, this is jailbait, and then he literally lets them start kissing on him, and then I'm like, dude, come on. And Evie's like, where's your bong? And he's like, it's over there. He's just making out with Tracy. I think he's supposed to be like one of her brother's friends, I believe. So then, because I swear they like mention, her brother would kill me if, or whatever, or would kill us if we made out. But then he ends up making out with both of them. And then at one point when I guess stuff starts to get too hot and heavy, he's like, no, I can't do it. So then he rejects them and kicks them out of his house. And then there's more montages of them doing drugs. And then Evie's mom's weird again. Like I guess she had surgery done on her ear, or she wanted to remove a part of her ear because like something was bothering her or something. Because I think she's supposed to be like a model. I swear they say she's a model or something. Because she wears like this pink wig and gets all dressed up. And then there's a scene where Evie tells Tracy's mom how she's been abused and how she can save her if she lets her stay there. Even though she's like kind of having her daughter, you know, misbehave and be disrespectful and literally cuss her own mom out. And also, I didn't understand this. I guess they're not really that they're not that wealthy, but like, and also the dad's a piece of crap because he, like the dad comes in at one point and like he tries to help, but it's like I'm trying to help, but you know what? Like, it's getting too much for me, so I'm not really getting anywhere, so I'll just leave. And, you know, I was rooting it to where she's acting out because it seems like the dad's rejecting her because he never wants to be around her, never wants to spend time with her because he has this job he's trying to get to, or trying to make money for them. Because him and the mom, I guess, split up. Or got divorced, pretty much. And they don't really get to see the dad much. And even when they do, it's like very rare. Like small lunch breaks or whatever from job. And then... But yeah, I was rooting maybe her behavior stems a bit from that as well. Resentment from that. Acting out for that. And other stuff. I guess the mom also apparently was an alcoholic. I guess they, I didn't get that, but I guess, that was, hinted at or mentioned, I believe, maybe. I only read a review of this movie, so, that's what they claimed. They said, and then, but yeah, the brother doesn't really do much in this. Like, if anything, like, all he does is yell at the sister sometimes, or he tells on her, or he's in the background. And then I think the mom has like this in-home barber shop or beauty shop, I guess, where like she literally, I mean, I never saw that before. I didn't know people can do that. I mean, I guess you could. Like, she has literally people come in her house and she cuts their hair or whatever she wants them to do. And, I mean, that's a pretty decent way. That's different. I never saw that before. But yeah. What else? I mean, the ending. Because pretty much what happens with the third act is, Evie and Tracy wants Tracy's mom to adopt her, wants to adopt Evie, because the mom is out of town, I guess, or is willing to give her, even though it's not really her mom, it's actually her guardian, I believe she says. She calls her guardian or her cousin, I swear. And but the ending was weird. The way it ends, like the final shot is weird. But even getting up to that is so either, because pretty much what happens is, the mom's or Tracy's mom's well, since your mom or guardian or whoever this is to you, since she's back, I guess you don't need to live with us now. So then, I guess Evie's mad because she goes off, storms off, and cries. And then I guess it's supposed to be some time where, a little bit of time, like a day or two passes where I guess Evie and Tracy aren't really talking much. Because then Tracy tries to call her, and at one point she almost gets beat up by two random older looking people. Or teens, older teens. I forget what for. But they mention how Evie said she did it's something to do with Evie. She said that Evie did something. Or Evie said that girl said that Tracy did something to somebody of theirs, I guess. And Tracy's trying to stand her ground, and she's not even trying to really deny, I guess. But then they get chased off, of course, by the other older people. And then the boyfriend of Tracy's mom drives her home, and then that's when we get the final confrontation with Tracy and Evie, who they go in the back room to talk for a minute, because she hasn't been talking to her or calling her, answering her phone, answering her calls. So she's like, what the heck, why are you not talking to me? And then she's like, I care about you, Tracy, I really do, and I love you, or whatever. I did this for us, or for you, or something. And then, what she does is, I guess she must have framed her. Trying to read it. Yeah, Brooke confronts Tracy. Evie's mom, Brooke. She confronts Tracy about her drug use and stealing, and having been convinced that Tracy was the bad influence on Evie. Outraged, Tracy insists that Evie was the instigator, but the skeptical Brooke refuses to listen and announces that she is moving with Evie to so-and-so place to keep her away from Tracy. And then pretty much Tracy's mom then chimes in and is like, your daughter's not so innocent. And then pretty much Evie's mom shows Tracy's, self-harm to her mom. And pretty much it's a screaming match between the four people, well, against the three people. And then Brooke and Evie leave, and so yeah, I'm guessing I'm guessing Evie must have, framed Tracy. Because then Tracy starts crying in the kitchen, and her mom Melanie tries to comfort her. And that was a pretty sad scene. Good acting. And then they pretty much embrace, they hold each other, they cry. And then they're just in bed or laying down together, they sleep. And then it's I guess time goes by, or it keeps fading. It transitions to them sleeping again, then fading. They're still in bed, so then Tracy wakes up, and the last scene is, oh, I guess supposed to be a dream sequence. The last scene shows a dream sequence of Tracy spinning alone and screaming on a park merry-go-round during the daytime. Yeah, I didn't get that. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a dream sequence at the end of her screaming on a merry-go-round. But I'm like, why? Why did it end like that? Like, that was kind of... It's like they didn't know really how to end the movie after that dramatic revelation. I mean, it's kind of jarring, like, the way they ended. Like, she's screaming, and then it literally, like, it freeze frames on her screaming, and then it just fades to black and into credits. I'm like, the fuck? WTF? But yeah, that's the movie. I mean, and it got a few awards. Nikki Reed also got, I think she won best, debuting performance, I believe, or so, or actress, or something. This movie did get a few awards, so that's interesting. I wouldn't really say it's an amazing movie or anything like that. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's a decent movie. I mean, it's about being 13 and committing crime and trying to fit in, coming of age story a bit. But yeah, I don't really see the whole big hype for this film. Even in 2003, I don't even think I really heard much about it, but and it looks like it's shot as an indie film too. Like the way it's shot, it looks like it's a teen drama, but I don't know. Oh, the director, I guess she won the directing drop. She won the Sundance Directing Drama Award, I guess. Okay. It had a limited release in the United States. Then it would expand in 2003. It got pretty good reviews overall, but of course it did generate some controversy. Depiction of youth drug use, inhalants, marijuana, LSD, and alcohol, underage sexual behavior, and self-harm. Yeah, like they don't do that nowadays. I mean, vaping, other stuff. Now, back then, you didn't really post a lot. You didn't really have much to post. Now they post what they do on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, probably. Like, they want to show what they're doing, even when it's illegal. Hey, let's smoke some weed. Even though I'm underage. Or drink while I'm underage. Or snort. But yeah, overall, it was an okay movie. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share. If you want to request any videos, join my Patreon down below. It can be for reviews, reaction videos, commentaries, different topics, whatever. And yeah, peace and love.